Hello, we're back again and we're doing a clearing on blocks to our potential, blocks to reaching our potential, so we never really reach our potential because there's always more, there's always possibility. So ensure that you're 100% open to receiving healing, and let's get stuck into this taster on clearing blocks to potential. Let's do this. Right, we're working on blocks to potential, which is running at 0 positive and 100 negative, Quelle Surprise. And in terms of consciousness, it's at Holy Spirit status, which is 2 levels above incarnational level down here. So let's just ask your high self teams to clear any programs away, any stifled energy, raising up to 100 positive, down to 0 negative, and raising all the way up to radiant love, new paradigm level of consciousness, please, as an absolute minimum. Excuse me, I'm still full of cold, so forgive me if I cough and splutter. So we're clearing away. I hope you're all keeping well, looking after yourselves. If the SRT system is new to you, welcome. This is the spiritual response therapy system created by Robert E. Detzler, D-E-T-Z-L-E-R. You can get more information at the SRA, Spiritual Response Association in the US. That's at sra.org, I think it is, but Google it just in case. And 2 fabulous books. Well, there's 3 fabulous books he wrote, but which is, whilst we're clearing this, The Freedom Path, which has, it's all back to front, I'm afraid, but it's got loads of information and some charts at the end. It's got charts at the end of this one. Yes, all sorts of some stuff there. And Soul Recreation, which again has loads of information in and lots of the original charts. Some of the charts have changed, of course, since. But if you're keen on that and don't want to train as a practitioner, then I would highly recommend those books. I'd highly recommend them anyway. They're very, very useful books and very educational as well. Can you see this chart all right? I knocked it out. So, right, where are we going first? Oops, where are we going first? Chart 5, it looks like. Imprints of brain damage. Okay, we're just going to get those cleared from you then. And I'll read out the official explanation for that. Imprints of brain damage. There's a lot of stuff on imprints in Dolores Cannon's books, actually. The Convoluted Universe and various others. Just out of interest, I'm listening to the Convoluted Universe book 3 at the moment, Dolores Cannon. Read quite a few or listened to quite a few of her books, and it's amazing how much of that is talking about what we're going through in the world right now. Very, very interesting, very interesting indeed. So yeah, and as regular listeners will know, I had a few conversations with Dolores Cannon back in the good few years ago now, when I was chair of the Association of Transpersonal Hypnotherapists. So we're going back quite a few years, and I didn't recognise who she was first. Very embarrassing for me. Anyway, that's another time. But an imprint of brain damage. An imprint of brain damage is sometimes registered at birth. The birth process may have been long and difficult. The doctor may have used forceps in the delivery process. Do they still do that? Oh my goodness, I hope not. And thought, I hope I don't damage this child's brain. The child may have recorded it as actual brain damage and could manifest that imprint as part of its expression. Seldom is there actually brain damage. But it can also be, any imprint can be a carryover from other lifetimes that have lived as well. So, and also imprints, like, you know how everyone in the world in New Age now says they're Isis reincarnated. That's just an imprint. It's an imprint of that energy. Like, many people believe they're reincarnations of Thoth or Jesus or Mary Magdalene. You know, if I had a pound for every pound/euro/dollar for every person who says they're reincarnated Mary Magdalene that I've met in the world, then I'd be very rich right now. But they're all imprints, the imprints. So Dolores Cannon's books explain a lot about those. So, you know, there are aspects of the energy which we all have, and they're stronger in others than they are in stronger imprints than they are in others. So imprints can also be if you've had a lifetime as well where you've experienced some brain damage, some actual brain damage in a lifetime. There may be still some energy left over from that other lifetime. So it's like a belief or experience or memory or an echo of some kind, residue, you know. So general imprints are in this system is a carryover from past lives. Yeah, it's that belief as well. If you were stuck in a mental institution like they used to do in the sort of 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th centuries, you know, called insane because you had monthly, you know, you go a little bit unhinged is the wrong word, but we've all been there with premenstrual tension. You know, and your husband at that time stuck you in a mental institution, called you insane. You know, that can become an imprint. You know, that's just an example, but you know what I mean, don't you? So, right, okay. Oh, we're still on chart 5. That serves me right for chatting too much. Anything else on the inside? Yeah. Oh, we've got dark energies that we're clearing from this one. That's interesting. We're just going to ask that they're cleared away. I'm not going to ask how many levels of consciousness they're at. We're just going to ask that they're cleared away on all levels of consciousness in chart 3. Any dark energies are cleared away. That's obviously affecting the potential there. That's interesting, isn't it? It's always interesting to see what comes up. And these are only taster clearings, by the way. They're not full clearings. So they're the group taster clearings. Personal clearings take a hell of a lot longer than this. Mine do anyway, because I'm very, very detailed. And then you get a detailed report afterwards. And they're done remotely, so you don't have to be present. I send you, I type up the report of what came up afterwards, so you get to see. I ask a lot more questions. Every SRT practitioner works a little bit differently, which is a good thing, I think. We're all creative beings and we have to work according to our abilities, our levels of consciousness, our awareness, our creative skills. And these are all, you know, tools, but they're fantastic tools. They're doorways into unlocking potential. All these systems, doorways into unlocking our potential. Like all tools, like a master craftsman, it's not just the tool, it's the combination of the tool and the person using the tool that decides whether it's and the experience, I think, as well. It decides whether this you get an apprentice or you get a master craftsman, you know, for any therapy or healing mechanism. And there are some who are naturally gifted, like a musician. Some people just have a natural leaning towards certain things, and there are some that will always be adequate and always contributing, but maybe their creativity actually lies somewhere else, or that's all they want to, you know, they're quite happy doing what they do. So it's like all jobs really, and vocations, some are naturally suited to certain things more than others. Anyway, light realm discordant energy we're clearing. And a dysfunction of the I am level consciousness. And a dysfunction of creative energy and space-time energy as well, dysfunction. So let's just clear all of those away at the I am level. Okay. Still on 15. See, it never lets me go further, never lets me leave a chart until I've done what I'm supposed to have done in it. Dysfunction of the I am level consciousness, I thought I cleared. I obviously haven't cleared them enough. Dysfunction of creative energy, so I'm going back to them. That serves me right, rushing it. So remember, these, all your physical conditions as well, start at spirit first and then ends up in the mental and then the physical. So the wonderful thing about this system is that it clears the spiritual and the mental and the emotional symptoms, not symptoms, programs. It kind of reaches places that your intuition can't get to, because we're dealing with superconscious programs and subconscious programs. Everything stems from an idea, from a thought. And the more that we strip away, I'm not a great fan of putting in new programs. For me, you know, we're perfect as we are in our essence, but we have all these belief systems, programs, memories, attachments, emotions that we're still holding on to from experiences and perceptions and interpretations that are blocking our natural, perfect essence. And so I'm all about clearing the clouds to unlock the sun. We don't need to be putting in positive belief systems after we've cleared this stuff away. We need to be getting away from this whole duality of positive, negative, right, wrong. It's judgment. It's all judgment. So I'm all about removing the judgments, removing the memories, removing not the memory attachments, the emotional attachments to the memories. And as Krishnamurti once said, if there's still a memory of an event there, then it's not complete. It means there's still a reason for holding on to that memory. There's still an attachment somewhere. Our natural essence is perfect. It doesn't need any more positive programming or anything like that put into it. It just needs to be. It's like the sun, the bright sun, and we have all these clouds that are blocking it. Okay. So we're in the fall of consciousness, which is chart 16. Let's just do that again. Fall from grace and blocks to emotional expression. Let's just clear those away. So the fall from grace is, the official definition here is: grace is spontaneous redemption from having eaten of the forbidden tree. So this is the Eden, the Garden of Eden. Spiritual leaders were chosen before creation began to teach souls the truth that they are spiritual beings and cannot be lost. And Jesus is such a person, certainly for the earth. Okay. (26). Anything on the inside? There is no judgment. Okay, so we've got blocks to there is no judgment. Anything else in here? So let's clear those blocks away. I'm afraid it's us as humans that bring in the judgment. Okay, should we go to mop up then? So that's quite a short clearing, I think. Let's just go to do a quick mop up for you. Again, this is just a taster clearing. This is a short clearing. We got something else coming up. Was it 5 blocks interference? Imprint other. Right, do we need to find out what the other is? So let's find out what the imprint other is. It's coming up with the blocks to potential. We were talking about imprints earlier. We got depression, escapism. Okay, any others? Okay, so let's clear all imprints of depression and escapism from chart 5. Again, I'm not going to ask how many there are or how many levels of consciousness. Your teams will know that one because it's a short taster clearing. Just going to ask that they're all cleared away. Ooh. Right. Okay, cleared. Any other business? No, so let's seal the Akashic records. Okay, so where are we now? Blocks to potential, 100 positive, 0 negative. And Radiant Love New Paradigm as a minimum. Hopes that helps, lovelies. And if you want to book some SRT clearance with me, then please take a look at my website and all the details down below. And love you all lots. Take care. Bye.